And stop it. Um, okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Three Ways Hypnosis Can Help You and Your Clients Break Free, Unlock Your Potential, Clear Repeating Patterns, and Stop Self-Sabotaging Behavior. And who here is ready to learn how hypnosis can help you break free? So raise your physical hands or mechanical hands, and we're gonna have a good time. Alex says, me, yay. So, and I want to introduce you to my wing woman. Alex is here to help me. Kelly says, yay. Yes. Okay. So thank you, Alex, for being here. And hypnosis is very near and dear to my heart. I mean, I just love it. It's so powerful in so many ways, and it gives me so much excitement to share more and more about hypnosis and the amazing tool it is. And I am so grateful to be able to use hypnosis in my work with clients and watch the profound transformation. And then, of course, I'm integrating it and using it with my intuitive abilities because I'm able to hear, feel, see, and know. And it's just been such an amazing combo to have and then to share with my clients. And I've been a licensed clinical social worker for over 30 years. And I'm a certified hypnotherapist and now a master trainer, able to train people in getting certified in hypnosis. And I'm an intuitive energy coach. And I'm really excited, like when I can share and help people change their lives and watch that transformation happen from the beginning to a session to the end of a session. And, but it wasn't always this way. I suffered with anxiety and depression and low self-esteem and post-traumatic stress disorder. And for years, I was stuck and struck in the memories of the trauma from the post-traumatic stress disorder. And I wanted to move forward in my career, but I felt stuck. I didn't feel good enough in my life, my work, my relationships, and I felt unworthy to create an abundant income. I felt terrified and ashamed to be seen and visible because of the trauma, and I didn't trust myself to make decisions. And I knew that my trauma was affecting me on all these different levels. And the trauma was also from not only emotional trauma, but physical trauma. I was in a car accident. It was the day after 9/11. And my head, I got rear-ended and my head hit the steering wheel and I broke my eye orbit. I went to a surgeon and a specialist in the field, and he had me take an MRI, and he looked at the MRI and he said it was my decision whether to have the surgery or not. But as he explained what was happening with my eye, all of a sudden I felt this energy move through my whole body. I knew, it was so clear to me, my intuition was saying that I needed to have that surgery. I didn't want it, but I knew that my intuition was saying, you need this surgery. And so I had the surgery. And then after the surgery, when I went for the follow-up appointment, the doctor told me I was lucky because if I hadn't had the surgery, my eye would have receded. The MRI didn't show how bad the break really was. But I began, first of all, I knew that it wasn't luck. It was listening to my intuition. And from there, I began to trust it more and more. And I began to take trainings. I took trainings in somatic work. I took trainings and I became certified in hypnosis and NLP, neuro linguistics programming. And through the years, it's been over 30 years, I have brought all these tools and all this knowledge and information together to help you and others make the transformations that you want in your life, and to help you make the decisions, the best decisions, to help you unlock your potential and to help you clear limiting patterns and beliefs. And now I'm so happy that you're here, and I am committed to helping you make the changes in your life that you seek. So I want to welcome you all again to this class, to this master class. Thank you so much for being here. And I really appreciate that you're here. And so let's get started to find out more about hypnosis. Now, what I'd like to do is, if you could put in the chat, because I'd love to hear, tell me, have you ever experienced hypnosis? Just put in the chat. And if you have, how, like, what was it? Did you do a session? Did you do a series of sessions? So just, or a workshop, just give me an idea of how you have experienced hypnosis or not. And I see we have, hello, hi, welcome. Kelly says part of a larger workshop and in individual sessions with therapists. Alex says, I don't think so yet. And we have, let's see, Moto 2. What's your name? Can I call you by a name, or should I call you Moto? Welcome, welcome. Okay. No, okay, Dawn. Welcome, Dawn. Nice to see you in person and connect with you. Okay, so all right, so we got an combo here. Some of you have experienced hypnosis, some of you have never experienced. So I'm really excited to be sharing my joy of hypnosis with you. Okay, Alex, why don't we start the slides? Okay. You can go to the next slide. So what I would like to invite you is to have beginner's mind. So some of you may know this information, or you may not know this information, but be open to new possibilities and insights today. Things may pop into your head, and you may get ahas and information that you hadn't before. So I invite you to have beginner's mind. Okay. Next slide. So first, let me define hypnosis. Hypnosis is a relaxed state of body and mind and a focused state of awareness. You are not asleep and you are in control. So hypnosis has gotten a really bad rap from TV and movies and stage hypnosis. And a lot of people are really scared that they're going to end up quacking like a duck or barking like a dog. And what I want to remind you is that hypnosis is really a very relaxed state of body and mind, so that you can allow yourself to experience things that you may not consciously be aware of. And that's why it's such a powerful tool for transformation. Now I see Carol. Carol says, I believe I had one session. I'm excited to learn why it is now being seen as more effective than talk therapy. Exciting. Yep. Yep. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Actually, Carol shared with me a statistic from the national journal. It was one of the national journals. If you remember the specific journal, that would be great. And in the statistic, it said that hypnosis was 93 times more effective, only 6 sessions, whereas psychoanalysis was over, I think, 200 sessions. And I'm doing this by what I remember, so I don't know if these numbers are the exact, but and behavioral cognitive behavioral therapy was like I think 90 sessions or something like that.
Yes,
Carol,
if you want the exact stats, I can tell you.
sure. What are the
Which
exact?
was fascinating. So hypnotherapy in 6 sessions is effective 93% of the time. Behavioral therapy in 22 sessions dips down to 72% effective after 22 sessions. And then psychoanalysis after 600 sessions is only 38% effective. That's amazing. And that was from American Health Magazine's study.
Thank you, Carol. Thank you. It when I saw, like, I know how effective hypnosis is from the work that I've done with clients, but to actually have that study, it was powerful. So thank you very much for sharing. Okay, we can go to the next slide. Yeah, that slide. So I want us all to be on the same page. So I would like to share my quick Psych 101 lesson. Your conscious mind is the part of you that decided to join here. I'm very grateful to your conscious mind for joining in, and whether you're live or you're looking at this at a later time, thank you, conscious mind of yours. Your subconscious mind is the part of you from the moment you were conceived to present time that has recorded every moment that you have been alive. So every moment you have any limiting beliefs or emotions that may be blocking you from moving forward or creating the things that you want are in your subconscious mind. And then your superconscious mind is the part of you, it's your higher aspects, what I call your higher self. Your higher self is this wise, unconditionally loving part of you that is there for the asking. And we'll talk a little bit more about that a little bit later. And your soul energy is the core energy essence of who you are, that core energy, the characteristics, the light, the love that you are. And when you work with hypnosis, you are more easily able to access your subconscious mind and your superconscious mind. And your superconscious mind also includes spirit guides. It includes connection to the divine, to angels and guides and beings of light. You can all access that with your superconscious mind, and you can access that. And I've taken people on amazing hypnotic journeys being able to access the information in their superconscious mind. Again, the power of hypnosis as the tool. You can go to the next slide. So I invite to ask you in the chat, put in how your subconscious mind is a combination of your thoughts, your emotions, your behaviors. And we go on automatic. So what I'm wondering is, are you going on automatic 25% of the time, 50% of the time, 75% of the time, or 95% of the time? So Alex says 95. Who else would like to put in the chat a guess? Just guess. And Kelly says 50. Any other guesses? Okay. So the answer is 95% of the time. 95% of the time, you are in automatic, habitual behavior. Your thoughts, your feelings, your behaviors are 95% of the time on automatic. And so when you want to make a conscious change, you need to connect with the subconscious mind to understand what's going on so that you can change those habits, those patterns. So go to the next slide. Now, the subconscious mind is not only information from this lifetime, but your subconscious mind also contains information on the ancestral level, all your ancestors and your past lives. Now, you have positive aspects and resources from your ancestors and from your past lives. However, you also have trauma, and trauma from past lives and trauma from your ancestors actually is stored in your body, in your DNA, and in your subconscious mind. And so it's really important to discover all the different ways that you can access, and hypnosis is a powerful way to access that information. If you can imagine that you are a pipeline to and from the divine, and what happens is you get these big hairballs of limiting beliefs and emotions, and it clogs your pipeline. So you want to manifest, you want to create income and love and joy and peace, but you got a big hairball in your pipeline. And so it's really important to clear the clogs. And clients have called me spiritual Drano because I help clear those clogs. So it's really important to be able to discover. You can go to the next slide. So the number one way hypnosis can help you clear your energy blocks is by helping you uncover the cause of those blocks and then to heal them. And what happens is, because you're in that relaxed state of body and mind, and that part of you, your ego, is kind of in that relaxed state with you, you're able to go deeper and allow that information that needs to surface so that you can then discover that cause. And then what I do with clients is I do the healing work, and doing that healing work to help you be able to heal, uncover and heal the blocks. You can go to the next slide. So, okay, you know what? So let's stop the slideshow for a little bit. So I would really love to hear from you. First, are there any questions about anything that I said so far? Any questions? Okay. Well, I always love questions. So if you have any questions, please feel free. I love to hear them. So, one of the things that's really important with hypnosis is that it is gives you the ability to make the deeper connection with yourself. And what I mean by that is in that hypnotic state, you can actually be able to access your higher self, that wise, unconditionally loving part of you. And in the hypnotic state, you can connect with that part, learn its information that it has for you, discover helping you to open to the intuitive part of you even more. Because when you access your higher self, you're accessing that intuitive place as well. And also, you have the ability to connect with your soul. And I have had the experience, my own personal experience, where I went into a deep trance and I was able to discover more of the information from my soul. And it changed my life. I discovered more about who I really was. It discovered more about my soul contracts. And because of that, I was able to really be able to experience the power of hypnosis as well. So we can go to the next slide. So yeah, you can go to the next slide after that. So the deeper connection with yourself, with hypnosis, you can do the body, the mind, the emotions, your spirit, being able to make that deeper connection. That's the power of hypnosis. And you can go to the next slide. So I want to invite you. I'm really excited. I have a workshop that I am doing this Saturday, and it's a workshop to help you break free from an unhealthy pattern and become the new you. So you can take the slide off for now. And what I want to invite you and let you know is that what happens with the power of hypnosis is you are able to connect with yourself in ways that you may not have been able to before. And what I'd like to do is I am going to share with you, and let me share screen. I want to share with you Teresa's story. Can everybody see Teresa?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right, I gotta start from the beginning.
I was feeling stuck in my life.
Wait, I need to, let's put it on.
I was feeling stuck in my life in situations that I didn't have control of. I was feeling like I was trying to hit milestones and accomplishments where I wasn't able to quite get there. I would get close, but there was a roadblock. And this roadblock was there for decades. So I would get close, but something would seem to be blocking me. And I tried through my life different methods to try to find out what the block was or unblock myself somehow. And I searched for decades. Finally, I decided to try hypnosis, and the hypnosis has worked. After my first couple sessions of hypnosis, I felt guided and supported. I felt like I could take, say, example, past lives or experiences that have happened to me, and I realized all this time that the tools that I need are really within myself. So, say, determination, drive, encouragement, these are things that I needed in optimism. And I really have the support of that now. I felt for a long time the block and negative thoughts would pop in my head and discouragement, but really using the hypnosis and really working on myself and coming to understand what I do need and how to clear out this negative energy, I feel like I'm finally positive and I could do what I have to do and move to where I have to move forward in my life. So really, I feel like I'm clearing out old energy, bringing new positive energy. And the beauty of it is I don't only feel empowered, I also feel like where if I do have a slip up or a kink in my life, if something goes wrong, that I have the tools to deal with that now. I have the tools from the sessions so I know what's bothering me, where it came from, how to anchor myself, how to ground myself, and I could refocus and not get involved in the little details and negativity. So really at this point, I'm finally moving forward and I feel a lot better. And I really appreciate this. Thank you.
So Teresa is an example of what the power of hypnosis can do. And what I'm really excited about is that I'm having this workshop, Break Free from an Unhealthy Pattern and Become the New You. So with hypnosis, so during this workshop, you're going to get an experience of how hypnosis can really help you break free from an unhealthy pattern, a pattern that perhaps has affected you for years, and helping you to understand that pattern, that you're going to meet aspects of yourself like your higher self, or perhaps your soul, or perhaps spirit guides, who can help you and encourage you and help you gain insight. You'll discover the part of you that needs healing and work with this part so that you can change your present circumstances, and work with the part of you to transform it so that you can accelerate your personal, professional, and spiritual development. And finally, what we're going to do is help you to really embody the more transformed you. So being able to feel and visualize who you are after healing, discovering the pattern, healing it, and then embodying the more transformed you. And we're going to be doing all of that in the workshop on Saturday. So at this event, I'm really excited to share with you. So really, if you're ready to break free, the fee for participation is only $47. And for $97, I have a special VIP package where you will get a 45-minute session with me, a transformational meditation package, and a recording of the event. So it's this Saturday, October 7th, from 11:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. Eastern. And Alex, can you put the link in the chat, please? So definitely grab your spot for the workshop. And I look forward to connecting with you and supporting you in breaking free from a pattern and an issue has challenged you perhaps for years. So thank you. And so now we're going to talk about Number 3, how intuition and hypnosis combined together create quantum success. Okay, go to the slide. So what happens is when you are working with hypnosis, I work with intuition, my intuition, to help guide the session, and then I'm helping the client. I would be helping you, or if you were wanting to learn this, you would be learning how to use your intuition in your sessions with clients to take your intuition to the next level. And hypnosis also is a tool to help you clear the blocks that keep you from being more intuitive. Because here's the thing, you may be intuitive, but you may be intuitive for other people more than you are for yourself. And so the key is being able to uncover the blocks, clear those blocks, so that it opens your way for more intuition. And then the next slide, go to the next slide. Your intuition is your ability to see, hear, feel, and know beyond the 5 physical senses. And then I mentioned your higher self, that unconditionally loving and wise part of you, your soul, your source self, the divine, deceased loved ones, angels, guides are constantly sending you messages, and your intuition is the gift of your connection to the divine. Go to the next slide. So, how do you receive messages? So, wondering, how do messages, you may be clairvoyant, which means clear seeing. You're seeing the messages in your third eye. Or perhaps you're clairaudient, you're hearing those messages, meaning you're able to hear the sounds, the voices, the music, doors opening, closing, all of those are part of clairaudience. You may be clairsentient. If you're an empath, you're clairsentient. And clairsentient also, how many of you ever had the chills or the God bumps? Yeah, and you get them and you feel them down your body, down your spine. I kind of sometimes go like this when I get that intuitive hit. So clairsentience is also the gut feelings, your gut instinct. That's all part of the feeling sense of your intuition. And claircognizance is that inner knowing. How many of you have ever had that aha in the shower or in the car, or when you're not thinking about something and all of a sudden you get the answer in that knowing, aha, that's it. That's claircognizance. And so you can stop the slides. Tell me in the chat, what are your primary clairs? So are you a clairsentient, a feeler? Are you a knower? Do you see visions, or are you clairaudient? So okay. Alex says, you're a feeler and a hearer. Okay. So, yes. All right. Kelly says feeler and knower. And Carol says the Pisces empath knows. All right. So, yeah, so that is, and so really important is to know how you're receiving the intuitive hits, because the more you understand how you're receiving, the more your awareness goes, so that you can pay attention, and where you pay attention to, that energy grows. So you can go to the next slide. So my question for you is, are you allowing yourself to receive the messages? Remember, I talked about the block and the pipeline. So the messages want to flow, they want to come through. But if you're blocked, you can't receive them. If you got the clogs in your pipeline, you're not able to receive them. So you can go to the next slide. Your job is to clear the energetic blocks, and that's how hypnosis helps. Being able to clear that energy so that you are then going more deeply to what your intuition wants to tell you. Now, you know that you've mastered your intuition when you can access it, when you can trust it and act on it and use it during your sessions with clients and use it in your daily life. So that is the power of intuition and hypnosis together. They are a powerful team. And you can go to the next slide. So just want to summarize today is really the number one way to clear your clients' energetic blocks is to help them to thrive by using hypnosis to discover the cause of the blocks, to clear the blocks. And the number one way hypnosis can help you break free is by helping you make a deeper connection. And then number three, your intuition and hypnosis are keys for quantum success so that you learn to listen, live, and lead from your intuitive messages. Now, I just want to see if there's any questions at all. You can stop the slides. I always like to have questions. So if any of you have any questions, feel free to ask. Anybody have any questions at all from anything I've said at all? Okay, so one of the questions that I often get is really, how can hypnosis really shift your energy so that you are moving forward? And I'm going to repeat again, hypnosis is a powerful tool. It's a relaxed state of body and mind. And what happens with hypnosis is because you're in that relaxed state of body and mind, you're able to then access the information from your subconscious mind that on a conscious level, you probably often have no clue of. And I will tell you from my own experience in doing my own sessions and sessions with clients, what happens is the information that comes through, it blows me away sometimes. I mean, often I'm just like, wow, this is like, that thing, truth is stranger than fiction. Well, it's true. It happens with hypnosis. It's a really cool tool to discover how magical, because this is really what I really believe life is all about, is finding the magic and the miracles so that you make life more magical and miraculous. And when you're working with hypnosis, when you're in touch with your intuition, that is the stuff of magic and miracles and an inspired and empowered life. And I see that Carol, I am fascinated. Do you want to verbally ask the question? Okay.
Hi, everyone. So yeah, those statistics really fascinate me. And I've been in the field for 30 years. As you guys know, I think Nancy is one of the top healers I've ever come across. I'm just wondering, Nancy, in your experience, when you've dealt with thousands of people, does the patient client need to be holistic and spiritual or lean that way in order to realize these greater benefits yielded by hypnosis?
Okay, So what happens is a person doesn't have to be holistic or spiritual or anything, but they have to be willing. Because if someone is so shut down and skeptical and they're really closed, they're not going to allow themselves to be willing to go into that relaxed state of body and mind. So really the key thing here is the willingness, because I've had people that have never experienced hypnosis and they may not necessarily be so holistic or so spiritual, but they're willing to have that relaxed state and willing to go on the journey and see what happens. So
Oh,
it's more
right.
about willingness than having certain beliefs or attitudes or things like that.
Okay, good to know. Thank you, Nancy.
You're very welcome. Thank you for the question. Any other questions before we come to
A
an
question.
Sure.
So I know that I understand that you can clear the blocks, but in terms of like discovering what the blocks are, does the person verbalize during the hypnosis what, and they say, ah, this is what the block is, or are you sort of determining from what they're saying what the block is, or are they saying it, or are you saying?
Okay. First of all, I am never giving somebody what their block is or the journey. There's two pieces that are happening. When I'm doing individual work with a client, what I'm doing is I am guiding them into the experience, and then I'm asking them the questions in a way that draws their experience without giving them any feedback coming from their experience, because I want to find out where they're at so that I can then help them discover more of what happened for them, or what triggered them, or what was the trauma, or what was the experience. So because it may not be trauma, it may be something totally different, but to have that experience, so then we can draw upon that. That's what I can do when I'm working with somebody or somebody else, or teaching someone to work with a person. And that also would be part of the training program that I would be doing, is helping a practitioner be able to draw those experiences with a client so that the client can go deeper. Because what happens is you want to help the client go deeper, so then we can work and heal the issue. If I'm doing it in a group, then what's happening is the person is receiving information and they're not necessarily verbalizing it. But whenever I do a group event, like the workshop that I'll be doing on Saturday, is you're going to have your own personal experience of what happens. And then what happens is I always encourage questions. Thank you, Alex, for putting the link in again for the workshop. What I always do is encourage people to share their experiences, because even in the sharing and verbalizing the experience, it deepens it, and it really creates even more profound transformation. And it also supports the other people in the group for helping them get even more. So that's why the power of a group energy also is powerful. So either way is a powerful experience of hypnosis.
And are they aware enough in that state to realize what they're saying?
Yes. Okay, so thank you for asking that question. So in a hypnotic state, you are aware, you are awake, and you are alert. The difference is that because you're in that relaxed state of body and mind, you have an awareness to things that you normally wouldn't than you would in your conscious state of awareness. So you are totally awake, aware, and alert. And that's what's so cool, is because it's kind of like what happens is, an example is like when you're watching a movie or a TV show and you're really involved in that, you're in a hypnotic state. So that's the power. But thank you for that question, because that's an important part of the hypnotic state, is being able to know that you are totally aware, alert, and able to, and also in control. You're in control of all of it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? All right. So I really want to thank you for joining. Again, the workshop link is in the chat. And I really want to thank you so much for joining me today and exploring the power of how hypnosis can help you break free, and you or your clients, and really the power that hypnosis is. And then, of course, intuition. So I wish you all an inspired and empowered day. Have a great one, everybody. Bye for now.